big shout out to all the podcasters that helped us out during the Fantasy Royal Rumble last week. However, tonight we're going to be talking about the prediction of the Royal Rumble happening this Saturday. That's right, Royal Rumble 2022. This Saturday night is going to be on fire, and I can't wait. And there are other matches going on, and I'm excited to share it with Hector V and Frank Cuesta. It's all and much, much more on the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show.
Turn it up, 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 turn it up.
Welcome, everyone, to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show, the HHW Show podcast presented by the Clovercrest Media. Hey, check our website out at hhwshow.com. And let me display the website on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. We are live, and Hector V and Frank C. Yo, what's up? How's it going?
Well, what is going on?
Hey, I had a fabulous weekend. It was a 4 epic games in the National Football League. So those of you that follow American football, that's what's going on. And to live up that hype, to all that excitement this week, last weekend, to carry over for this weekend, the Royal Rumble. I mean, man, that month of January weekends are fire right now. I'm telling you. I'm excited. I think the match cards leading up to the Royal Rumble is by far the bar has been raised. Not to use Sheamus's line, but compared to last year, when the excitement on that and much more. But I gotta say, this gotta live up to hype, Hector.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, last year was pretty good, but now I think it's gonna be more excitement, more surprises. I'm excited to see what's going on both the men and women's side here.
Yeah, Frank, there's a lot of leaks going on. Everyone thinks that they found the Royal Rumble match card, that who's going to be eliminated, who's going to win. I call bullshit, but how about you? What do you think?
Dude, I don't even know what to think, to be honest. I mean, is it bullshit? Yeah. Who knows who's going to win? I think they have it nice closed doors, and they'll figure it out the day of.
I believe so. However, I do have a prediction of who's going to win the Royal Rumble. Those of you that have been following our podcast pretty much know who I'm picking. But the whole trick of this is not so much about who's going to win the Royal Rumble. Who is your final 4 on both the men and the women? That's what counts. I'm going to make it even challenging right now because, look, I'll explain it when I get there, why I pick who I pick. And I'm sure each and one of you are going to choose your superstar, why you have your reasons. But I think it's more challenging when it comes to the Final 4. I mean, the famous Final 4 that you hear in college basketball, right? The Final 4, the road to the Final 4, everything's Final 4. We're talking about the Final 4 teams in the NFL going at it this weekend on Sunday. And imagine that, the Royal Rumble pay-per-view falls on a Saturday, and then you got Sunday football. I mean, the weekend's great. And on top of that, it's my son's birthday this weekend. So he's turning 10. So this is fabulous. Fabulous. I love it.
It's awesome.
Yes, it
Great.
is. And I tell you what, man, before we get there, I had awesome last weekend. We also went to Northeast Wrestling. Now, those of you that didn't check it out, I need to post this because it's the HHW Show website. And let me share my screen. I wasn't going to share much right now, but I got to right here. Here we go. Let me go ahead and zoom in real quick. And hey, HHW Show, you can follow. There's more podcasts on here. But if you click on HHW Show and then you find Northeast Wrestling, okay, these were the results. I even put the gallery there. This is the guy that I've seen was Adam Scherr, formerly known as Braun Strowman. I mean, this guy's a beast, man. But you know who was more of a beast was Eric Redbeard. No, we know him as Rowan, but this guy, I tell you, when I and he was sitting down signing the autograph, right? And he's about this high. When he stood up, my son's neck almost popped out. His head popped out because he looked up all like this. And he started laughing just the way you did, Hector. He started laughing, right? So anyhow, but I was surprised there was other superstars there. So let me go ahead and gradually share you real quick. So there's a little update of what happened on the event. And again, man, this is like I said, fabulous. You had EC3 right here. All right, he's signing autographs. There goes my son waiting in line, and there he is, Braun Strowman. Dude, he was only sitting down. That's Braun Strowman sitting down, guys.
I believe it.
Imagine if he stood up. That's all I'm saying. Okay, and my son
Wow.
was starstruck too, because seeing him on TV all the time, and then all of a sudden now you see him live in person, you'd be like, eyes open and everything. But he settled down. You see him cheesy smile and stuff. Then there is Eric Redbeard. Look how tall he is, man. I mean, I feel like I
Big
look
ass
like a
tall.
midget right now. All right.
Well,
But it's mad cool, man. Mad cool. I tell you, down to earth. I mean, these are the caliber superstar that was in WWE. Now they're in AEW. Pretty awesome. All right. Big Mercedes Martinez. So a story about her. I didn't know, and I should have known. She was from my home state, Waterbury, Connecticut. When she was, her mom was there in the front row. She gave her a hug and everything, and the announcer was announced, "Hey, your hometown hero." And I'm like, "What? She's from Waterbury?" Man, I missed that one. I would have said, "Yo, what's up? I've been following you," right? But yo, she's mad cool. I mean, look at this pose right here. Look at that pose. Down to earth, man. And then the other guy is Sergeant Slaughter. I mean, look at it. He got my son in the chokehold right there. I mean, oh, it's pretty awesome. And what's so cool, right? Like I got my veterans hat and everything else. I love to show off on the hat. I love to show off HHW show, but I also like to show off, Army stuff. And for him to say, "Hey, man, thank you for your service," I turn around and say, "Thank you for do what you do," you know. And even if it was a brief conversation, I had a more about Sergeant Slaughter because his line wasn't that long compared to Braun Strowman. It's not like we did like kick back say, "Yo, what's up, dog? How you doing?" It was a long line, so I was like, "Yo, go get your autograph, get to stepping, right?" And besides, I mean, there were other wrestlers there, but it was fun, man. It was awesome. And there's some future stars right here. This is AJZ. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't. Yeah, this is AJZ. He fought Enzo. Beautiful match, but people were teasing him because of his gear, because he looked like he had a wedgie and he was showing little buttocks, and stuff like that in the middle of the ring. So everyone was chanting. So he got the crowd's attention. And these are the boys. This is Joe and Billy, I think. Excuse me if I messed up your name. But these guys are hardcore, dedicated NEW fans. Okay, these guys are the ones that come up with signs, and the wrestlers, if you're a heel, what they do is they grab the signs and they tear it up, right? And he's always in the front row, always in the front row, and he has his favorites, and they cheer him on. But this guy's a fanatic, well liked in the wrestling community, and that's Joe. And he's wearing that shirt, Geo, which is a superstar in NEW. That I wish that he'll come up to AEW or WWE because he does a lot of, we call it selfless service, to where the money donation he gets from selling shirts goes to the Make a Wish Foundation. Okay. And then here we are right here, gradually looking up. But the memorial thing there is that there goes the ring announcer. He ended up calling out my son's name to wish him happy birthday. So that was pretty cool. So mad props to Northeast Wrestling. But Fandango was there. And Fandango was the one that took the paper, the poster, and shredded. And then he started like massaging all over his chest, his stomach. You know how he be always dancing? He was doing that move, but he was a heel in NEW.
Wow.
And I mean, he flat up just looked at him, grabbed the sign, ripped it, right? And it's everyone, everyone was booing at him and everything else. I was like, oh my God, this is fire. But before the show started, he was walking near my chair. And I go and I tap to my son, yo, Joey, look. It's Fandango. And he looks and his eye goes like this. Oh my God, that's really it. And he goes like this to my son, rub his head, maybe like, what's up, man? And then he just kept walking. So I was like, you know what? I like this dude, man. Down to earth. And you gotta have mad respect for those guys, man. Mad respect. But hey, enough of me talking. And let me tell you, if you find an independent wrestling in your area, you gotta go, man. You have to go. The prices are cheap. You don't gotta pay much. The most I paid was $50. Other than that, averaging $25. Okay. Take a chance, man. Go over there, support those independent wrestlers because the more fans they get, the more they move up in the world. And that's pretty amazing. But hey, especially about talking about moving up in the world, the winner of the Royal Rumble will definitely move up in the world and main event WrestleMania again. And they choose their champion. Okay. And 30 men, 30 women battling off, but only one man, one woman will go ahead and main event WrestleMania. It's a 2-night event in Dallas, Texas. Okay. And let's get the show on the road, shall we?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. Let's start with our first match. And it's for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. I mean, my God, yo. I mean, this doesn't get old. I'm going to tell you that right now. This does not get old. I'm loving it right now. These two guys are familiar with each other from the Shield. And I love their promo. Okay. But it is destined for these two that one day when they finish their careers, that these are first ballot Hall of Famers. Okay. And I'll start with you, Hector. Who you got in this match?
I was going
Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I was going back and forth with this because I know I mentioned this several time ago that I didn't have a favorite wrestler after The Undertaker finally retired. So I kept on looking at everybody and figuring out who will be that one that I can start following right now, with this new age, this new generation. And I lean towards Seth Rollins. I know he had different gimmick changes, but all wrestlers go through that until you find the one that fits them. I've been on Roman Reigns. I've been following, I've been acknowledging the tribal chief champion 500 plus days. But something tells me here that Seth Rollins is going to get this belt. There got to be a reason why he goes from from Raw to SmackDown to challenge Roman Reigns. And he's right. He's got Roman Reigns' number in every aspect that you could think of. He's got his number. So I am going with Seth Rollins to win this match. I'm not going to call it an upset because Seth Rollins owns Roman Reigns in every aspect. Even in the 2019 Royal Rumble, he threw Roman Reigns over the top before he wound up winning the Royal Rumble. So I got Rollins.
All right. Frank?
He's speechless.
I love Frank, man, because he's so speechless.
He's speechless.
I mean, he's like, oh, I don't know.
I left him in awe.
The other guy.
I left him in awe.
Come on, Frank. Yeah, man. Absolutely not, man. I mean, are you going for Roman Reigns? Shake your head. All right, he's going for Roman Reigns, and I like that because there's a reason why he's been longer than 504 days. And if I speak on his behalf, Adam Pearce did not have an opponent for Roman Reigns.
No, he didn't.
Okay, there was nobody in the SmackDown roster that Roman Reigns has not defeated already. So you had to
Exactly.
go to Raw. That was the reason. I can't believe you're gonna go here and tell me on this show there is a reason. Yeah, Adam Pearce is the reason. He went ahead and went over and said, "Yo, I need you."
He does.
You don't want to fight Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley right now. You ain't ready for that. Come over here. Go fight your brother.
But I think Adam Pearce knew that Rollins owns him. So he's like, anybody who else better to take down Roman Reigns than Seth Rollins? You know what I'm saying? That's like Batman and the Joker right here between these two. You know, they just it's a back and forward constant thing with each other.
All right, man. You know what? I actually picked Seth freaking Rollins for a reason. And that reason is that if he did go over there to and I thought the same thing you were thinking. He went to SmackDown. The reason is that belt might be going to Raw. There's no way that he's gonna go and stay in SmackDown knowing that his wife Becky Lynch is on Raw. They're not gonna split. They're not gonna split. They got WWE has a history, okay, of not splitting couples.
Exactly.
So they travel different ways.
Right.
And I think Seth Rollins will win the title, which will reflect on what's going to happen at the Royal Rumble. That's why I predict that this match will be one of the first couple matches or maybe an opener. I would love this opener because you're already going to have everyone's attention. Okay.
And it was good that they when Rollins was on SmackDown, because we know Becky Lynch was the SmackDown Women's Champion. It was good that they didn't put them two together. You know, because at first I was wondering why they keep crossing paths. They're on the same brand, but there's nothing, brewing here until he went over to Raw. Of course, we know Becky got into Raw, and now we see what's going on here. You see, I guess because I got the red shirt, I'm going for the Raw brand here, and he's got the blue shirt on, so he's going the blue brand here. So he acknowledges the tribal chief.
Yes, I do. And you know what? You're going to be acknowledging the tribal chief come Saturday, too.
Well, I'm going to acknowledge the winner, and it's definitely not going to be Roman Reigns. It's going to be Seth freaking Rollins, baby.
You know what? I hope you guys are wrong. Well, no, you guys are going to be wrong.
Okay. The question I'll have for you is, if whoever loses this match, do you believe that person will jump onto the Royal Rumble?
Yes.
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 Okay, at least we agree on something. But I do agree to disagree with Frank on this one.
Hey, go for it. Agree to disagree. You guys always disagree with me anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right, so we got this going on right now. We got Grits and It's Edge. And Edge versus The Miz, the couples. They're going to go at it. This storyline reminds me of John Cena, okay, and when he was with Nikki Bella, you know what I mean? Like the Miz, they know how to mock him, and everything else was just comical. Yeah. But I think it's the same thing, man, and I think the Edge and Beth Phoenix are gonna get it done.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think Edge and Maurice the Miz and Maurice are gonna do too much. Oops.
Do you know something that we don't know, man?
Hey, Edge was in the ring with Lee that one time.
Yeah.
You never know. Look, I got Edge and Beth Phoenix in this. Glamazon is my woman. I got to meet her in Waco a long time ago. It was an absolutely fabulous time when I did. I just feel like they're going into this really too aggressive, especially what happened last night on Monday Night Raw. I mean, I swear they look like Mad Max in the Thunderdome, the way them two came out. I just feel like something funny it could happen in this match with Miz and Maurice. They got so many tricks up their sleeves, but I'm still going with the rated R and the Glamazon. But it's something, I got a funny feeling in my bones.
Something is off?
Something feels off, man. Something feels off. I just hope that they're not going into this too aggressive, they destroyed the whole birthday party thing. Oh, Lord have mercy.
Right, but I hope that after this, the story ends.
Yeah.
Leave it alone.
Yeah. Let the ladies go back to being mamas on their on their ways over there and let the guys do whatever they do. I don't know.
Bahamas. Okay, fair enough. I like
Yeah.
that, man. Yeah. Whatever you just said. Frank is still messing around with his headset there. He doesn't know how to manage his headset.
I
But,
don't, man. I'm so upset right now. Let's not get me started.
That's going to be the undercard match of the Royal Rumble. Frank versus the headset.
Yeah,
you know who wins? The headset wins.
The headset wins.
He's been eliminated. No.
the headset normally wins.
All right, hey, check this out. We got the Raw Women's Championship on the line. Becky Lynch versus Doudrop. This
Doudrop.
match came around where is it Doudrop?
Doudrop, yes.
Doudrop. Hey man, I don't like that name, to be honest with you. I wish she would have stuck with her original name. Was it
What wasn't her original name?
is. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doudrops, but listen, I think Becky Lynch underestimating Doudrop, but I still think that Becky Lynch still wins. But she's gonna cheat her way to victory. Bottom line, man. She doesn't stand a chance head to head, but there could be some surprises here. I really do. I think a lot of people say there's surprises every time, but I got a feeling that this one is a big surprise.
I would like
Especially
to.
the next pay-per-view is the Elimination Chamber, was supposed to be in Saudi Arabia. They're trying to change the name to not call it the Elimination Chamber as the headline. Okay. I think it's WrestleMania Chamber or something like that, regardless of what it is. But speculates that Ronda Rousey may show up, but then a lot of people say no, that story is fabricated or whatever it is. But regardless, I mean, you want the top stars, right? You want the top headline because that's big money. And I don't think that Doudrop has what it takes to make money if you have Becky Lynch wrestling. Other than that, that's why I picked Becky Lynch to retain the Raw Women's Championship.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, I see Becky Lynch retaining this title. I just want to see a good match. I mean, I hope Doudrop can go in here and wrestle, give us a performance, and not just stand around and throw her around and just use her body weight to her advantage. I want to see something going on. Give me some moves, because Becky Lynch is going to try to do a lot of running, I think, because she knows she physically can't outmatch her. You know what I'm saying?
Some laps around the ring.
Shit, for real. But yeah, I got Becky Lynch winning this match.
All right.
Listening to you, you just completely changed my mind. I was leaning towards Doudrop to win, actually, and have Becky Lynch drop it. But what you just said made sense. So I'm gonna reverse my decision or my pick, and I'm gonna go with Becky Lynch on this one.
Did you have instant replay?
Yes. Yes. After further review, Frank's going to pick Becky Lynch.
All right. So we all pick Becky Lynch. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. And moving on to, let me change this around. We got the WWE Championship, Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley. This is, to me, is my favorite. And I tell you why, this is probably my favorite match of the night because you got two superstars that have never wrestled each other. Okay. They probably played around probably out, in the background or something like that, right? Backstage somewhere. But you got the two elite athletes in the middle of the ring. They have something in common. They started wrestling. They competed in wrestling. Okay. Then they went to WWE. They left. They went to MMA. They came back to WWE. And here we are. 20 years later down the road, now they finally match up. So my question to you is, Hector, who wins this match and why?
I hate to say this, but Brock Lesnar is going to win this match. And the reason I hate it is because he's not taking it serious. But yet, when has he taken anybody serious and still dominated them? That's what's just crazy about him. Brock Lesnar's just look. I love Bobby Lashley. I take nothing away from the Almighty. I give him 1,001 respect. Okay. But Brock Lesnar is just a whole different animal. And we know that when it comes to the real life fights, when it comes to the UFC. Okay. To me, Brock Lesnar has proven himself more better in the octagon than what Bobby Lashley has. It looks like Brock Lesnar can have more stamina than Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley may be a physique monster over Brock, but Brock Lesnar is just a machine when it comes inside that ring in the WWE. And I think that's what's going to hurt Bobby Lashley. Once he gets Bobby Lashley going, it's not going to be no turning this match around if he gets control of the Almighty. Once he gets it going, I think it's over for Bobby Lashley. I hate to say it. I mean, because we've seen people like John Cena get dominated. We've seen people like the Kurt Angle get dominated. Okay. The only person to me that really ever got Brock was Goldberg. Okay. But besides that, I do not see anything where Bobby Lashley can really do in a long match to take to Brock Lesnar.
Bobby Lashley put the hurt lock on him.
Yeah.
And Brock Lesnar could not get out of it. And if it wasn't for interference from everybody else.
Well, that's the thing. There was other people in that match to where Bobby Lashley was able to get the upper hand to get the hurt lock in there, to go ahead and spear him while he was outside the ring. See, Brock didn't have no chance to, regain himself because he's got two other opponents. Brock wasn't focusing on Bobby. He was focusing on getting that title that was around Big E's waist. Bobby seemed like he was focusing on Brock Lesnar because he knew this was an opportunity to do something that he's never done before. That's how I see it.
So now that they're one-on-one, Lesnar's able to concentrate on him.
Right.
He's going to defeat him.
Yeah.
Okay. Frank, you agree?
Cold-heartedly.
You know what bothers me? That if Roman Reigns was to lose and then Lesnar retains the title, I mean, how does that go? How does that circle around? Does that mean he's going to tease Roman Reigns? I mean, because eventually they have to fight. They're going to meet at WrestleMania.
As a title for title.
But it ain't going to be no title if there's no title around Roman Reigns' waist.
That's why Roman's not going to lose the title.
And Brock is the free agent, right? So he's going anywhere he wants.
It seems, technically he was just on SmackDown to have that fight with Roman Reigns, but because he had COVID, right? He ended up going there because, hey, he's there to wrestle. So they did an audible. But if that's the case, I mean, it's just the way everything's portrayed. Like, oh, you think Bobby Lashley's a joke. And Bobby Lashley's just staring at him like, oh, you think I'm a joke. And usually it's the guy that's not joking around ends up winning.
No, I get it. I mean, that is true. I get that. And that's true in real life. I get it. I don't argue with that. But when Brock puts on that serious face, I mean, what and who is going to get in his way? Okay? Mm-hmm. I mean, John Cena, for the longest, I hated John Cena. But I felt bad for him when he didn't get that one offensive move against Brock Lesnar, and Lesnar decimated him and beat him and left him in that ring like questioning, am I even needing to be in the ring anymore? That's how Brock Lesnar can do to you. It doesn't matter how strong or how big or how fast you think you are. He
wrestled a guy like Bobby Lashley.
He fought bigger and stronger guys than Bobby Lashley, and he's dominated them.
So he wrestled Goldberg when he was old. Come on, bro.
Look what
he wrestled Goldberg when he was younger too, didn't he?
Well,
when Goldberg was younger.
Besides Goldberg seems to have his number. I think Brock only beat him maybe once. But look what he's done to Big Show. Look what he's done to Braun Strowman. Well, look what he's done to Roman Reigns. Look what he's done to John Cena. You can't tell me that these guys are not
beat Brock Lesnar before.
Undertaker.
Okay, but you're not understanding. You're thinking that Bobby Lashley is probably bigger and stronger than all these guys that Brock Lesnar has defeated. Okay, and you're not giving Brock any kind of respect with the domination that he has done over his career.
Respect you because you're saying Lesnar did this and that. That's what I'm hearing.
I've seen what Bobby Lashley has done, but Bobby Lashley, last time I saw, he struggled against an aging Goldberg. Okay, he struggled to beat him. You see what I'm saying? I mean, that I take things in consideration, when it comes to, common opponents here and there. Okay. And an aging Goldberg seems, I get it. I mean, he has Brock Lesnar's number, but Brock over the years, over the decades, he has decimated every single body he's faced. I mean, I just hate to say it, but I don't see how Bobby Lashley is going to handle this guy. I think Bobby Lashley is going to get a rude awakening. The Almighty is going to get a rude awakening.
Well, someone's going to get a rude awakening. And definitely there's going to be at least one title that's going to be changed at the Royal Rumble. The question is which title is going to be. I'm choosing Seth Rollins to win and Brock Lesnar to retain the title. But something tells me something more could happen in this match. And like I said, the guy that jokes around a lot usually lose. So is that an indicator? Because if Lesnar's already saying title for title, why not saying no titles and still main event WrestleMania? That'd be the bomb right there, right?
I think something could happen to the Lesnar Lashley match if Roman Reigns matches first. I think everything plays out how the matches go. If Roman Reigns goes first,
Roman Reigns loses. If he's first and he loses,
then
Brock Lesnar he might come out and interfere, and then now we have a battle of them two.
It could be an interference. You see what I'm saying?
You know what? It's just
it just depends.
It's hard for me to see that because of the fact that Roman Reigns is a main eventer. Seth Rollins is a main eventer. You know what I mean? But we're gonna hold that thought. Because when we discuss the men's Royal Rumble, that topic might come up again, right? But before we do, hey, let's check this out real quick. The Women's Royal Rumble. Okay. Let me put up on here. Okay. So far, we got these ladies in there. There are still a few superstars missing to make up the 30 woman. Okay. Out of the woman, I'm gonna ask you straight up. We're gonna pick the final four. So Frank, you haven't said much yet. I'm gonna ask you now: who is your final four of the women's battle royal?
I'm looking at Rhea Ripley, Charlotte. Bailey's gonna be in there. I think Bailey's gonna come back. So Bailey,
Charlotte,
and don't even know who. And what's her name?
I don't know, man.
The Queen of Spades.
Shayna Baszler.
Baszler.
Okay, I like that. Baszler, Frank, that's on you. I gotta write this down, man. That way, when I go in and tell you you're wrong, I'll be like,
I can't change it at that moment, right?
No, man. Who's making this right now?
And I think Ripley's gonna win it.
You can't think no more. Oh, wait.
No.
Who's gonna win?
Rhea Ripley's gonna win it.
I like that, man. I like that. Okay, I like it. Go ahead, Hector.
Yeah, I agree with 3 out of the 4 that he said that was going to be my picks. I think Charlotte Flair is going to be in there. She's entering in this thing for a specific reason, just to prove some kind of point as a champion.
Okay.
And I think Bailey's going to be the big surprise coming back and going to be in the final 4 here. And I think that will help set up with Charlotte Flair, in my opinion. And I think Rhea Ripley's going to be in there. She came real close, but I got Bianca Belair to be in there also, just like it was last year. Her and Rhea was in there, and I think them two are going to be back in there again.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Man, this is fabulous. This is a hard one. It really is, and the only way Charlotte does not make the final 4 is Lita eliminates her. Because that had a little small storyline, and it kind of reminded me of Edge when he first came in the picture and stuff, right? I mean, he built a storyline in there with Randy Orton, and and that was that big surprise.
Yeah.
But if not, I got Bailey winning this Royal Rumble. Okay. I'm sorry. Who do you have winning, Hector?
Bianca Belair.
You got
I think
Bianca Belair winning the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I think she's going to be the
Back-to-back for
first one,
time.
the first back-to-back women's champion. Yeah.
The reason why she's not going to win is because that set it up already for Becky Lynch for WrestleMania. Like they're going to have their match. She don't need to win the Royal Rumble. I got a feeling that whoever wins might be chasing Charlotte. And that's why I say Bayley's going to win because she doesn't have a storyline. What better to come back, especially that she's a front woman to announce that WrestleMania is going to be in Dallas. We saw her. There's pictures on Twitter. She was at the game at the 49ers at the Cowboys a week ago, right? I got to finish. She's going to win. Help main event WrestleMania to go against Charlotte, which both of them got chemistry already for her to make a comeback. That's my reason. Okay. But let's not forget also, there's some unfinished business. If Asuka was to make her appearance, she has history with Charlotte as well. Okay. Because she's been losing to Charlotte. What better way to come back motivated and knock her off and take that title away? Okay. Shotzi Blackheart, which her name is originally now Shotzi. I have her in the Final Four. She is well deserved. She is one of the top superstars in the business, right? And she did not get that opportunity last year. I feel like she could be in there in the Final Four. And then lastly, Charlotte Flair. Look, man, you can't build a storyline without Charlotte Flair being in the Final Four. You know, every time she's in the Rumble, she's one of the Final Fours. Whether she wins it or she gets eliminated, it doesn't matter. But my pick there, Bayley, Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, and Asuka, and give the benefit of doubt, Bayley wins this year's Royal Rumble.
All right. Well, we all got through one. We all different on that one.
All different. Dude, I like Rhea Ripley, Frank. I really do. But when you have that storyline already with Nikki Ash, her winning is just trash.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But hey,
You know.
I let you go first because I knew your analytics was a little off track. You forgot to carry the one when you were adding, so it's cool.
I dropped the one.
Anyhow, there are still many more surprises coming up, but hey, let's get dirty on this one right quick. It is the men's Royal Rumble. Now, they have already listed, I think, 21 superstars. There's still 9 left that haven't been mentioned. And sometimes they got these legends, and you have yourself scratching your heads like, why? Because the roster is stacked with men. Like, I was trying to fill it out to say who would be the remainder ones. And I'm like, yo, there's still so many left over. I don't even know who's going to fit into this Royal Rumble. So, Hector, let me start with you real quick. Who is your Final Four for the men's?
You know, when you came up with this idea, I already knew this was going to be a struggle for me on the men's side. The women's wasn't as hard, but the men's was just really, really hard. Because when I look back, you know, while looking at it now, SmackDown is just being decimated by Raw. There's no talent on SmackDown. And trying to figure out who could be in the Final Four from the SmackDown side of the picture was very hard to pick, you know, as far as storyline wise. Looking at the past histories of the Royal Rumble, not that long ago, the Final Four was all Raw. And I feel like that's what's going to wind up happening again because all the storylines and talent is all on Raw. There's nothing going on in the Blue brand to me that makes any kind of relevant sense besides one man. Okay, so I'm going, you know, I got AJ Styles. I think he's going to be one of the biggest wild cards on this one. I think Big E is going to try to get back into some kind of picture here. So I think he's going to be one of the Final Fours. I got Kevin Owens. Okay, I think Kevin Owens is going to snake his way through into the Final Four. And then my wild card is going to be Roman Reigns because I say he's going to lose the belt and then enter into the Royal Rumble. And looking at his track record of Royal Rumbles, I mean, this band has been in almost every Royal Rumble since 2014, except for the 20. I think it was one of the Royal Rumbles that he was not in. I can't remember what it was.
Last year, because he was already champion.
Yeah. But all the other Royal Rumbles, he's been in there, and he was in the Final Four. Every Royal Rumble he's been in since 2014, he has been in the Final Four. And I think if he loses this title to Rollins, he's going to enter into that Final Four. I believe so.
So we got Kevin Owens, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles,
And Big E.
and Big E. Okay.
I know it seems kind of weird, but I mean, this was hard. It was really hard for me. It really was. It really was.
Okay. Frank.
Okay, so I definitely have Big E in, and I have Big E winning. I think Big E's gonna win. Austin's Theory might be in there because he's getting a pretty good push. And honest, AJ Styles and Randy Orton. If anything, if Roman Reigns does go in, then Reigns is gonna win it. So it's really a toss-up. But I will say just like that. I mean, if Roman Reigns does go in it, Roman Reigns will win.
Okay. Gotcha. And if Roman Reigns is not a participant,
Big E.
he's going to win.
Yes.
I'm not sold on Big E. His value just dropped big time after losing the title. And for being the guy that got pinned by Brock Lesnar, I can understand if he didn't get pinned at all, then I would be like, I will raise the stakes. But he got pinned. That tells me you're permanently done for being a WWE champion. And the fact that he's playing that role with Kofi Kingston until Xavier Woods come back from injury, I can see that remains the same. What else? You picked I'm sorry, who did you pick, Hector?
I got AJ. I'm going to change it. I have Big E winning, but something tells me, like you said, the storyline with Big E is changing, and I wanted to get to that later on before we get off. But I got AJ Styles winning this one. I think he's going to be a wild card on the Raw side, especially if Rollins does win that title and bring the Universal Championship to Raw. I think Rollins and Styles would be a good match.
So my final four is AJ Styles, Austin Theory, Kevin Owens, and Damian Priest. Okay. The Owens and Priest, they got a battle. And all of a sudden now Kevin Owens is focused on the United States Championship. But he's best friends with Seth Rollins, right? And what a better way to have him pick Seth Rollins because bad friends, right? Absolutely not. You know, you heard from Paul Heyman. Either you make friends or you got business. If you make friends, you're pretty much out the door. Everything's about business. And Kevin Owens, you can never trust that guy. All right?
Yep.
I'm not saying Owens or Priest will even make it as the final two. But then you had AJ Styles versus Austin Theory. Now, check this out. Austin Theory has a way to come back and bite you in the ass. You beat him once, he'll come back and beat you. The same thing he did with Finn Balor. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I picked AJ Styles, the fact that he's on a winning streak since he separated with Omos. He's undefeated on the singles competition. And that speaks more volume than anybody else in the superstar. Because if you look at their records, no one's is as at top as AJ Styles right now. And therefore, that's why I picked AJ Styles to win this year's Royal Rumble.
I'm going to change my Big E pick because your words said it all. And you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say Austin Theory.
I think Austin Theory is still too young to
he might be
sure to even main event WrestleMania.
Why is he too young? I mean, what's the big deal? I mean, fine, he could be too young, but you know what? If he wins, they give him a shot. Why not?
He's still immature. He'll be thinking about his selfie than the match.
And see, I think that's why I don't have him in the Final Four, but I think he could be in the top 5 or 6 before somebody gets him. If Finn Balor don't get to him first.
And again, depending on what number he comes out in, I think this man's going to be so pissed If he's number one, he's definitely not in my final four.
And if
Definitely.
if McMahon deliberately puts him at number 30,
Definitely.
if
And if he gets number 30, he has a
will be there.
real good chance
He's
to
gonna
win,
blow
buddy.
He's gonna blow it because he's gonna go back and get smacked around by Vince McMahon.
no, if he comes in at number 30, I feel he will be in the final four. That's but not to win it. I don't see Austin Theory winning this. No way.
There's nothing valuable for him to win it. Nothing.
I think the Undertaker's going to come in this match, though.
Get out of here with this Undertaker bullcrap, man.
No, Undertaker's not going to win, but Undertaker's going to come into the match. He's going to be one of those surprise people.
You know who's someone's at your door.
No one's at my door.
No, right there. Look.
I seen that one coming a mile away. I'm here in Texas. Wow.
Ain't that bullshit ass Undertaker, man. Should I let him in? All right.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing?
Microphone check 1 2.
Something wrong with your mic? Dong.
You're an asshole.
Yeah, I know. You still.
All right, so now you changed your pick. Now Big E does win. Don't come back and say, "Well, I had Big E." No, you changed it. I don't want to hear it.
You have Big E too, and you change your pick, so it don't matter.
But I didn't say it on the show right now. This was a conversation we've had before this show even started.
Well, I'm sorry, I wasn't able to make it before on the pre-show.
It wasn't this pre-show. It wasn't this pre-show.
Damn, Frank.
How about you get on that plane back then? Go fly. Go fly. Somewhere.
I might.
Frank, who you got again? Roman Reigns. All right. And
No, I said Chad Gable.
Chad Gable. Talking about that.
Oh
man,
my God.
That is hysterical with that competition. Like spell dumbbell. I thought Riddle was gonna misspell the word, be like, bro.
I want to.
Collaboration. That's the word. Collaboration. I thought he was gonna kill it.
The Alpha Academy is going to win this next competition, the scooter competition, whatever it is.
Yeah.
You see, these are the things that I don't understand about WWE. These stupid competitions. This is starting to remind me with the Viking Raiders and
Viking Raiders. Yep.
And
the Street Profits
and the Street Profits.
I like.
Where then they became best friends.
Yeah, but I like that one because different backgrounds, different cultures, and learning from different cultures their way of life. I thought that was brilliant compared to the atmosphere that we're in with this Black Lives Matter stuff and everything else. And on top of that, we had no fans. So what more could you give by having more video image? You know what I mean? It was entertainment. And how many times have you gone to somebody else's house and you'd be like, yo, these people are weird, man. And then you try to figure it out and be like, oh, this is not that bad after all. I mean, how many of us ever threw an axe? I've been throwing pickets and axe and everything else trying to repair a tire from a Humvee.
I go axe throwing on date night. So
yeah.
That's becoming a thing out here now. It's I got some
fun.
friends of mine that have gone. I think I'm gonna do that on my next date night whenever that happens.
It's all in the wrist.
It is a big thing now.
It's all in the wrist. Seriously, you don't need no power.
I guess there's no darts, so you might as well use an axe. I guess, man.
I guess.
Anyways, hey, I like the picks, man. So
it was tough for me, honestly.
Very interesting to know that out of all of them, we have a lot of differences on the final four. And that's what's good because there's so many out there. But could we get more surprises this weekend on Saturday? And I tell you what, I'm going to be open. I'm going to be live on Twitter. And I will be tweeting away. So please follow me on Twitter at OV_HHW show. All right. And let's have this conversation, man. The Royal Rumble. Let's go check it out, man, because this is going to be legit. This is going to be the bomb. I'm loving it. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it live on air. I don't know. We'll see about it. But this Saturday, the Royal Rumble. We all agreed to disagree on a lot of things, but at the end of the night, we're gonna find out exactly who was right, who's the champion, and who are the two that go in the main event, WrestleMania. So, with all that, please stay tuned. Follow me at hhwshow.com for the latest news, podcasts, and everything else. And before we leave, we got one more question. And this is from Sandra Arroyo Sanchez. And he says, you guys all have an all-time match or a matchup you wish you could see anyone from any era? I'm gonna lead this off right now. I mean, look at that picture, man. He's already crying wearing that Dallas jersey. If there's any matchup, is anyone that beats the Cowboys is my favorite matchup. But in WWE, I liked, well, not even WWE, in pro wrestling in general, I love to see Kenny Omega versus Roman Reigns. One match, one night, to see who is the best of the best. That will be my pick. What about you, Hector?
I'm gonna go with the other way when he says, any matchup you wish you could see from any era. I would have, it would have been great to see Jeff Jarrett, okay, against Seth Rollins.
Seriously?
Yes. I think because the way Jeff Jarrett has his way of doing things in the ring with his antics, I think that would have given Seth Rollins a good run for his money. I think that would have been a great match, putting them two together.
All right. Frank, you
Yeah.
got one?
Well, I'm gonna go to the different part of his question, which is your all-time match. My match of all time. You guys have an all-time match, right? My all-time match was what really got me into wrestling was the Hogan and Andre the Giant match.
Okay.
That WrestleMania 3 moment.
WrestleMania 3. Okay.
Yeah,
All-time
yes.
match I gotta say that was out of my seat was Ricochet and Aleister Black versus the Viking Raiders. That was probably, and people are gonna be like, "Oh my God, you really?" Well, this is the era of more athleticism than the Hardy Boys, right? Who else was Edge and Christian? And who am I leaving out? The triple threat match, the Dudley Boys,
The Dudleys.
Yeah.
right? Triple threat match was tables, ladders,
TLC.
and stairs, right? And WrestleMania, right? And that was by far I loved that one. Okay, but even though Edge and Christian won the titles, right? But let's fast forward to NXT. The Viking Raiders doing flips, bro. You'll never see that in any era. And the way they were moving and everything else, dude, you got to give them props for what they do. They could have elevated. Matter of fact, if they would have stayed tag team and watched it on the WWE, on the main roster, that would have elevated the tag team division. But instead, they have to split, minus the Viking Raiders. It is what it is. And we just got to watch how it develops in the future. But I love that match.
Yeah.
Good talk.
I think everybody would agree to. They would have always loved to see Undertaker versus Andre the Giant. A colossal. I mean, that would have been a colossal match. Both of them in their primes. Would have the Undertaker been able to handle such of a massive guy like Andre the Giant? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, seriously, because when you look at Andre, he's a different animal than Braun Strowman and Big Show. Not taken away from these two guys, but Andre was just a different animal. And I personally got to meet Andre the Giant in person, and I got to meet the Big Show in person, and I know there's a big difference between the two. A big, big difference.
Oh, I bet. But imagine all the heavyweights in a battle royal. Would that ring even stand? Would you even have a ring?
No, but I think Andre the Giant in his prime would have won it.
Yo, Mark Henry. Who else? Big Show. Andre the Giant. Big John Studd. Right?
King Kong Bundy.
Bam Bam Bigelow. Vader.
Who's that? There was
Man.
Dude, we're missing. There was Azula. What was his name?
Kamala?
No,
The African dude, Kamala.
Kamala, the Ugandan head.
Kamala. No, but there was
Abdullah the
Hector
Butcher.
There it is, Abdullah the Butcher. That guy was freaking humongous.
No, you know who was humongous? And Andre the Giant even admitted. Haystack Calhoun. He was not as tall as Andre, but he was heavier than Andre the Giant. This guy was big.
Earthquake.
Typhoon.
Yeah, Earthquake. Yeah, Earthquake to me was the weakest heavyweights there is.
Yeah.
That he remind me of Andy Ruiz in the heavyweight boxing.
And Tugboat.
Who?
Was it Tugboat?
Tugboat was Typhoon.
Well, it was. He was. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
But see, when you mention the Viking Raiders and the agility that they have as big guys, Bam Bam Bigelow was that guy. Bam Bam Bigelow, as big as he was, he knew how. He knew how to be agile, doing flips off the top rope. Yeah, that, he was a different breed.
Okay, I got to look at the tapes again. I remember he usually like squash people too and everything. Yeah, and I like the fire. He always wear that fire suit and stuff like that. So
that tattoo on his head, yeah.
But yeah,
but he did moonsaws.
All-time heavyweights, huh?
He did moonsaws. So,
but I did see Umaga. Umaga was also athletic too. I saw Umaga versus Triple H in a steel cage match, and he tried to climb all the way to the top, and he went airborne, and maneuver with Triple H. And I saw that live, and that was the era where Chris Jericho and Randy Orton had their feud. And it's sad to say John Cena was hurt during that time because he had lost the title with Sheamus. So, but anyhow, man, I love that conversation, and I wish we could like talk some more about it and stuff. So, well, maybe we just need to do a Q&A like SCW does.
That'd be awesome.
And some questions and stuff. So, no doubt. But anyhow, this concludes our show. Thank you guys for being here. Once again, you're listening to the HHW Show podcast presented by CMG Sports Podcast Network. Visit hhwshow.com and follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. Give us a comment. Let us how you react to our show. And also let us know who is your winner of this year's Royal Rumble.
Turn it up, turn it up. 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 Turn it up, turn it up.